to where we need. And
okay, I'm on Skype for talking, and since we're having issues with it on Discord, let's keep it on Skype.
If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home, when I'm
Good evening, and welcome to the December 12th edition of the Dark Mom Consortium. I'm Mom.
I'm Darkthorn, or what's left of him.
Yeah, Mr. Darkthorn's been sick, so we're going to cut him some slack and be nice to him tonight, which is not typical Mom.
No, it's not typical at all.
No, I'm just a vicious, evil person. But I'm on tonight, and I'm in a good mood, because hopefully things are going to start going better in my personal life and have more time to play with the game and be independently wealthy and win the lottery and all those good things.
Yep.
Gotta go in with a good attitude here. So aside from being sick, Mr. Darkthorn, how are you doing?
Well, been worse. That's hard to say
all
right
things
now,
are
but
relative,
yeah.
so I guess that's good.
All things are relative. Technically, I have been worse, but...
Well, in game, we were going to talk about patch notes because I love doing Patch Note Wednesday, but we didn't get any patch notes. And we were just talking about the fact that's the second week in a row we haven't gotten patch notes. Since we've had our patch notes consistently until now, something's up, but maybe it's just the holidays?
Might be. I mean, technically, the only announce we got is Bonus Marks Weekend, and I thought I saw something about... Oh, it's on console. There's a Bonus Marks Weekend for us.
Yeah,
Hold on for a second.
let's see, what are we doing? Yeah, Bonus Marks Weekend coming up. So that's really weird because I swear I saw something about a Tholian Red Alert Weekend.
Console.
Oh, that's on console.
That's on
okay. All right.
Yeah.
It's getting confusing. There's too much stuff going on.
I saw that too, and I was scrolling down. I saw that, and I had to go cough, so I had to go mute the mic because we didn't need to me here go.
Yeah, don't make me laugh. Okay, so let's see. I wonder if that's part of it with going on to so many things. Actually, it doesn't say that it's consoles only in the announcement here.
But it's listed as console on the other thing, so yeah.
I totally believe that. It's just really confusing. So yeah, let's see.
Of course it is, because...
Go ahead.
It just says bonus marks on our thing. No Tholian alert. Next week's an Alachi alert.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Alachi alert. Nothing against it, but it's just meh. So meh.
And then the week after that, just after Christmas, is the bonus experience weekend. Best point to build up character.
What was that again?
Bonus experience on the 27th through the 31st.
Okay. Well, that's nice. The only thing I care about for XP, though, is on my ships. I've had my tunes around so long, they're all level 65, even when they haven't finished the gosh darn stories.
I think the only one that's not... I got a couple that are 62, but I don't play them that often. And then I have the level 7 alien.
Well, 62 to
My attempt
65
at
is
making
like
a
a
brick art.
15-minute trip, so no big deal there.
Yeah, I did 62 to 60. I did like a 5 levels on Jason literally during a 3-hour radio show doing duty officers.
Yeah, well, I was doing something with
It was like Admiralty.
Ed, and it was just like zip zap. I went 62 to 5 through Admiralty. Yes, same thing. It just went over so fast. It was absolutely ridiculous. However, I was actually looking through some notes today and on the Tholian Red Alert here. And since I was looking for the patch notes, I thought I'd hit the forum and wound up with a really interesting discussion going on from the last Azure Nebula. I don't know if you were aware that in Azure Nebula it's become kind of a thing for one person to pull damage or everybody to pull damage and one person sneaks in to get the ships freed. Apparently people are getting hit with an AFK penalty for not firing, so the devs came out with the information that you have to do a minimum of 2% damage of the total damage in order to not get the AFK. So the concept of just coming in and hiding isn't going to work for one person. You're going to have to alternate that. Even if you've got one person cloaked, they're going to have to come out and do some damage, cloak, and then go in and take off the
I don't even need a cloak. I don't even need a cloak. At one point, there's a good blind spot.
Oh, there's a lot of good blind spots, but you still have to do damage. Otherwise, you're going to get an AFK. So,
Which really sucks.
It really does, but you know, go in if you're on TeamSpeak or Skype or Discord, coordinate, but make sure everybody's aware they have to do at least some damage. So if you've got somebody who's really good and can go in and cloak and take care of everything, make sure they get at least one of the ships to kill.
Yeah.
Let's see what they say on. There's, I think, 39 that can be killed in a regular one and higher in the other one. Let me pull it up here, see if I can find it again. It was just really interesting. Yeah.
I don't know how many can be killed. I've never counted, so, and it's not like...
Well, somebody does, I'm sure. Somebody cares about all this stuff. All the specifics. I mean, it is the game of numbers. Let's see if I can find this thing here. It's not where I wanted it to be. Yeah, I'll pull it up right here. This was going on through yesterday. So, I had my first AFK penalty the other day. It was Azure Nebula Rescue Advanced. I think I got it because I didn't shoot anything the entire match. My teammates shot the Tholians while I snuck in with my tiny bird of prey and freed the ships. Is this right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought that's how you're supposed to play that queue. Seems silly that a penalty for a mission like that would be based on damage alone. And after some discussion of people basically being unamused with that, it does come out that... I believe you need to inflict at least 2% of the total damage throughout the mission to avoid the AFK penalty. From a mission objective point of view, you did the correct thing. Allow your allies to distract your enemies while you sneak in and rescue the ships. But doing so causes you to fail the AFK check. It would be nice if there was a custom AFK rule that's applicable for each specific mission, but that can unleash a whole can of worms if custom AFK rules get messed up for each TFO. It would be especially annoying if the AFK rules break for each individual difficulty level rather than just the general mission level itself. That would mean double or triple the headaches and time required to create a fix and have the Q&A team test it and then release a patch for them. So, just looking at the advanced TFO, there are 39 of them. If there's an blah, 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 blah. Okay, so it's not ships, it's 39 different missions. So they're talking about a total of 110 potential different AFK rules. So, AFK rule is 2% damage in match.
Which sometimes, especially when you get with the DPS monsters, can be very hard to do.
Yeah. But if you think about it, well, let's see what they've got here. You could kill a single Tholian and it would be fine, and that would count as 1% damage. So if you could kill 2 Tholians, you'd be fine. But, yeah, there's a fix. It's just probably not worth it. And I can understand.
And Dante's hanging with us now.
Oh, hi, Dante. How are you? I saw him in there earlier in chat.
Yep.
Hello there, sir.
With this tiny little Klingon-y dude, I like it.
Okay. There's 3 of us, so we should go do something at some point. But anyway, that's it for...
Well, we got a snowball fight starting.
Okay, we can go play snowballs. Let me see if I've got... Yeah, I've got toys here. We can go do some snowballs. Dante, you want to go play?
You're carrying a big thing for snowballs.
Well, come on. We have to go get in place if we're going to go play snowballs. Yeah, that's not where I want to go. Snow fight. You do know that you can get your endeavors here, right? You can kill 10 of the giant ones here. Which is easiest to do with a combination of all the things, Koskariis, Snowlords, and all that stuff. I've shortened down from Snoverlords to just Snoverlords.
Snoverlords.
Snoverlords, yeah. But I was doing something, all of a sudden I realized I had 4 of the criteria done, which was just way too much fun. Let's see, am I going to hit the right one or am I going to the wrong one? I'm probably going to the wrong one. He's probably over here. My bad. I always get lost trying to figure out which one of these 2 valleys is the one I want. That's the side of the mountain. Wrong one. My bad. It's over here. Into the army of the snowmen. There they are.
I guess I will set up, because we got a couple minutes, I'll set up a mortar right about here.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I have about 23 seconds, so not quite a minute. You are
Crouch
cute
down
with that, Dante. That's so cute. And one of these days, I'm actually going to meet you because he actually lives close to me. But so does Cybrox, and I've never met him. Been to the other side of the planet to meet people, but not the people right next door. And 45. Oh, that's only 30.
You want to get the 2 behind me?
I got them. Now
Bastards
over to the
hit me in the
next
back.
valley.
As the mortar does its job.
Yeah, I like to do the snowball out of the sky one. That's always fun. Just watch it go.
I haven't seen this. I don't even know what that one is.
Oh,
I haven't
I'll have
done
to get
a
it
lot
out.
of.
Yeah, that one's really cool. I think it's called Avalanche, but I could be wrong. Yeah, it's orbital strike with a snowball. How's that?
I can live with that.
It's fun. Come on, snowmen. There's got to be more of you. Come out and die. Ah, I froze. I still think
It's a momsicle.
I still think they should make like hot chocolate that you can buy. Hot chocolate
That revive
hypos.
you or give you.
Hot chocolate hypos. Or for those of you who are Swedish, glögg hypos.
Oh no! What I think was we need a little Saint Bernard that comes out with
That would
brandy.
be awesome! No, a little Salat cub with brandy. Or since this is a family game, maybe hot spice cider instead. Non-alcoholic, of course.
It has some unknown liquid that revives you. That's it.
Ketracel white?
Victory is white.
Yeah, somebody was suggesting using the Ketracel white when you're running the race. I haven't tried that yet.
Doesn't work for humans.
Well, I didn't mean for humans. I meant for my jemmies. Though my jemmies are doing just fine. Actually, everybody's doing just fine.
I've only been doing it. I've only been doing the racing on one this year. I haven't done.
Well, for the EPO race, I try and keep up with it because it's fun. And every 90 minutes is working out perfectly with the other stuff that I'm doing. Set the alarm, force myself to get away from it for a few minutes.
Well, let's be honest, I've been under the weather for a few days, so that kind of slows you down too.
I'm allowed to be sick. I was feeling lousy this morning. Then ran into some people who were truly unwell, and you know what? I got nothing to complain about. So I will just deal with my little headaches and stuff like that. Ooh, that was nice, whoever did that.
Me.
That was you. That was sweet. Just watch them all get... So, do you remember Teacher Kirby?
Yeah.
Okay. I sent her a note asking if she had any ideas about the new ROM stuff to figure out what's going on. Hopefully I'll hear back from her, since she has good insights into the game and into some of the stuff that isn't well advertised.
I still don't get why they got rid of they did the bait and switch on the starter pack, and the devs haven't said a word.
Oh, did you hear about the change at CBS in management?
Oh, there have been a few.
Well, even though Alex Kurtzman's still technically in charge of all the Star Trek stuff, his boss, I believe it's John Van Sitters, I can't remember his name, who's been kind of the development guy for Star Trek for 20-some years, and the branding guy, is kind of stepping into the whole thing to kind of get stuff back in line with where he thinks it should be, and he's a huge fan. I mean, he was one of the people who got the original Star Trek model put in at the Smithsonian and was very heavily involved with that. So I
What if he was involved in the refurbishing of it that they recently did?
Yeah. So the old one that they found boxed up and broken, and they actually did a special, I think it was on Nat Geo, about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really interesting, everything they did to get that repaired. We should have a fleet trip there so we can all go and ooh and ah and be geeks together.
Yep.
But it will be interesting.
Go there, see that, see Fonzie's jacket, things like that.
I never saw Happy Days, ever. I know. I'm just not a good person to have missed all that stuff. But
Clearly.
Yeah. Well, hey, I was actually just starting to work when that was coming out, and I worked almost every evening because I was doing retail. And when I was home, I actually did crazy things like have dates. This is obviously before I was married. Okay, it says use melee attack. I used my melee attack, and the snowman got stronger. I'm sorry, I just never saw the show.
Oh, it's like been in reruns forever. It's like, next thing you're going to say you never watched MASH.
Oh no, I saw every episode of MASH. Liked MASH. But that was on for like 11 years, and everybody in the family watched it, relatives watched it, so it was a little bit different with Happy Days. Just wasn't a thing.
We did good.
Yeah, we did fine. Let's see. So I've got all that to kill one commander. Okay, so it's still 7 minutes going for this. So let me see what I can find about the...
I'm going to go throw all my ornaments into the account bank.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, his name is John Van Sitters, Citters, and he was or is the head of CBS licensing, but is a big Star Trek fan. And the discussion with Alex Kurtzman's kind of taking the series in more SJW directions. There's been some chat about whether he's going to pull it back into more of a fan-focused direction. So I don't know. There doesn't seem to be anything definitive.
I noticed a lot of people, especially on our little community thread, that they're blaming Bad Robot. Unfortunately, Bad Robot does not control anything about Discovery. I was all CBS, and they're.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Bad.
I mean, the only
Robot
thing
can
Bad
be blamed
Robot
for.
might have been, the visual style might be a little bit blaming on them, but that's not even that bad.
All right, so I'm looking at John Van Sitter's Facebook page. Is this Facebook? No, Twitter page. So people are talking about this, but kind of, let's see. Be happy. Congratulations. John Van Sitter's made Vice President of Brand Development. This is on comicbook.com, so he will be in charge of seeing over what's going on with Star Trek. So, yay. Let's hope that a true fan is going to make a big difference. Yay. And just looking at some of his posts here, they're very Star Trek oriented. Star Trek Christmas tree ornaments, gold press latinum, other stuff going up. So I'm looking forward to it. Yay. And I know you are.
That'll be pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I know you truly
I was saying,
love
that'll be pretty
STD, but I'm hoping this brings it into a higher quality product.
I don't say I truly love it. I think it's Star Trek, which it's good to have something of the brand out.
A Lenny and Squiggy album? Sorry.
But I also think that having somebody who's a fan to do it can only improve the product.
I totally agree with you on that.
But I mean, if we looked at this thing, look at the first season of TNG.
No doubt. I mean, every first season almost exclusively has been garbage.
DS9 was a flaming bag of poo.
I will say DS9, aside from the original series, DS9 had probably the best first season of all of them, and that's not saying much. But at least they had a concept going on, and they had some good actors.
Voyager was just pretty god-awful all the way through.
Yeah. One of my favorite shows to listen to is a YouTube channel, which is Sci-Fi or SF Debris with Chuck Sonnenberg. And he does wonderful analyses, both positive and negative, of virtually every sci-fi show out there. And he's not above going back and reviewing what he's done. But, what he did with Voyager was devastating. That said, he did point out when the show was really well done and when there was some good acting and good script writing. So, but, going back and watching it after seeing that is painful.
But I mean, Voyager, let's be honest. I will do everything to get home. Upsis violates Starfleet rules. We can't do that.
Yeah, I'll do everything I can do to get home, but I'm going to put us in a bad position.
Every time. We can't violate Starfleet rules. I don't like what they're doing. Let's violate Starfleet rules. Janeway was written pretty schizophrenically as a captain. There's no other way to put it. She was bloody psycho.
Which YouTube show, Dante? Since you're asking in chat. Yes, it's called SF Debris. Not Sci-Fi Debris, just SF Debris. The guy who does it is really good, and what's interesting is he frequently brings in things from his personal life that are relevant to scripts and stories, and just really well done. Boy, I hate our YouTube channel at the moment. It is just fuzzy as all get out. That just might be mine.
It's not so bad on Discord right now, though. I've had a couple points where our Skype's kind of broken up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm hearing that right now. Yeah, Voyager Year in Hell was not it was not a bad episode, but I still want to say, oh God, the episode where the doctor had a family and his daughter dies was brilliant. It was a great episode. One, it was well written, but Robert Picardo was so good in that particular episode.
Robert Picardo's good in everything he does, but
I give him credit for taking some really bad scripts there and making them pretty good, but that was actually a good script in and of itself.
I mean, Tim Russ, I think it was Tim Russ was talking about one of the episodes he directed, and Picardo just kept wanting to film more and more. It's like, there's a budget here. I can't keep filming more. I can't keep filling more scenes with you.
Well, apparently he and Jerry Ryan really got along well and had a lot of fun when fun wasn't always in high availability.
Yeah, I have heard, and I suppose that'd be something if we make it next year and we know Garrett will be there. Be a question. I haven't heard back and forth that some of the cast really didn't get along or that they really did and all that. I mean, I've heard conflicting things on there.
Well, I'm sure everything goes well at sometimes and doesn't go well at other places. I know TNG.
But I mean, I heard, for example, that Kate Mulgrew and Jerry Ryan did not really get along.
Yeah, I've
off
actually
camera.
heard that too, but who knows? Who knows? I would imagine with actors that egos can get in the way.
Yeah.
Do we want to go deal with the simulated snowmen?
There's only 3 of us that could get ugly, but let's go try it.
Yeah, well, that's never stopped us. We're strike group.
Sure,
we can deal with anything.
we'll just sit down by the entrance and blow everything away.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what's the worst thing that can possibly happen? We get frozen, and we have to get thawed.
This is something you don't really fail. It's just...
Mulgrew thought she was eye candy. Is that what you're trying to tell me, Dante? Or that somehow having eye candy there took away from the stories and the plots?
It took away from her on there.
Definitely
She didn't think she was eye candy. She was like the feature, but then Jerry Ryan was in, and let's be honest, Jerry Ryan was pretty damn hot.
Yeah, absolutely. She was an attractive woman. And actually, I thought was amazing is she continued to be well developed as a character as time went on, which was a good idea, as opposed to just relying on eye candy. But they certainly weren't relying on good scripts.
Nope. I still remember the whole point where they got turned into lizards or iguanas or whatever.
Yeah, that was considered to be one of the worst sci-fi episodes ever.
I still remember the other point where officially you can't turn at warp on, which violated everything that we saw in all the other series.
Minor details. Minor details. How did they get through that so fast? I thought this lasted longer last year. Well, Voyager has a really interesting history no matter what. The first captain was supposed to be Geneviève Bujold, and she made it through like 4 days of filming before she quit.
Oh dear God, look at it down here.
Need some help down there?
Yeah, I think we need a lot of help down here. There's a lot of them down here.
Yeah, 92 have escaped so far. As for not sexualizing her character, I presume you mean making her a captain without it being a female captain and the focus being on female prior to being the captain. I can see that. But it makes for a much more one-dimensional character if you completely eliminate that. So what did they do? They wrote in all those horrific holo novels, holodeck adventures.
Holodeck romances, yeah.
I mean, oh my God, that's like what you do when you're 13. Doesn't say much for the character.
Doesn't say much for the crew.
It doesn't say anything for the scriptwriters either.
Yeah, Ron Moore, I think, only made it through a couple of weeks being a writer on Voyager, and it's like...
I totally see that.
We saw what he did basically in Battlestar Galactica, and so...
Hold it. No, he was good in Battlestar Galactica, right? He wrote good scripts, didn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he did.
For a moment there, I was thinking.
There was actually consequences for damage and things like that. Things didn't get magically fixed week to week.
Yeah. Well, there were a few episodes of Voyager where they did keep the consequences going on from one to the next, but they were rare. And it's one thing I did like. It kind of stopped after the first season. Yeah. It's one thing I liked about 2 episodes on TNG, and there are quite a few on Deep Space Nine. But on TNG, they had the Borg episode. They had the fallout after the Borg. Yeah, right. Where he was talking to his brother after the whole invasion. Right. And then in DS9, there were a lot. Garrick, Odo, Kira. Yeah. All of them had to deal with what happens as a result of that. And that's what it should be. Yeah. And it made the characters better, the plots better. But Voyager was beyond episodic, and it's like the only thing that ever really seemed to change was the hairstyles. Oh, well, I managed to wipe out all 10 captains on this, though I can't figure out how I did that, but okay, fine. Same here. Because there's captains on this thing that they're captain-like things, which is big Borgy things. The big Borgy things. They're all Borgy things. This is snow Borgies. The big frigid snowmen. Wow. Well, that was a lot more fun than having to zip off and do something else. I'm glad they included that with this one. I am too. Though we're not doing stunningly well on this one. Well, let's be honest, we're pretty undermanned for this. This is only wave 6. We are so dead. So for those of you who are listening, Darkthorn and I have been talking about doing a slightly different live stream coming forward, which is still keeping up with this one. But we were thinking of spending a couple hours doing Badlands or Dyson Sphere or something where we can play for an extended period and discuss and review some of the Star Trek movies and maybe some non-Star Trek movies and TV shows. Be some, we will review. If you tell us to try it, we will. But we were thinking about starting with a very Star Trek movie, which would be Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan, and then go on to the ultimate Christmas movie, just in time for the holidays. Die Hard. Yes, of course. Die Hard is the ultimate Christmas movie. Actually, there is another. Somebody was pointing out there is another. Go ahead. No, not Generations. I love Generations for Christmas. I know, but there was another really... And you forget that it takes place in Christmas. I can't remember what the hell it was right now. I'm partial to Hogfather, if you've ever seen that one. It's Terry Pratchett. I've seen that one. Yes. It features one of my favorite characters of all time, which is the Oh My God of hangovers. Which hopefully I won't have another one of until we get back to Vegas. I will save up all my agony for that evening. I swear this is taking forever. Did we lose Dante?
I know.
Dante, where are you?
Maybe he was frozen out of existence.
He's probably buried under one of these guys. We'll never see him again.
Another movie that you don't think of as a Christmas movie at times, Gremlins.
I've never seen Gremlins.
It takes place actually during Christmas.
Oh, there you go. Then again, I've never seen Home Alone either. And the only reason I've seen A Christmas Story is because my brother-in-law and his wife insisted that we watch it on a family holiday. And I couldn't think of a polite way to say, no. So we watched it. I haven't seen Christmas Carol yet this year. I shall have to go plug that in. Oh, thank you, Dante.
Oh, yes, I remember. Batman Returns is a Christmas movie.
No, is it really?
It takes place during Christmas.
Wow. Okay, that one I'd be happy to watch again.
I mean, you don't think about it. And I was just trying to figure it. I was trying to remember this, and it's like...
The Borg Queen will be here momentarily. Excuse me, the Snorg Queen will be here momentarily. So get down here, Dante, so you can get in on the Snorg Queen.
If you're around, get down here.
He says he's up at Black Diamond.
3, 2, 1, get down here, Dante.
You have 15 seconds to get your butt down here. There he is. Hello. So the question I have for you and for anybody who's listening to this, I was having a chat with my students today, and 4 of the students who were in my first class were all age 11 or younger. And I asked them some question, and I just wanted them to, voice their opinions, and they all got very quiet. It was something stupid like, what's your favorite exercise to stretch out for? And they're all going, we like this, or I like that, or I don't know. And I realized that nothing personal. I mean, they're all lovely people, but at that age, they haven't developed a sense of confidence, and they certainly haven't started working on leadership skills. Do you think that playing video games like this builds any leadership skills?
It depends.
Well, I'm just asking for opinions.
If we're doing... And it says, I failed Tides of Ice, yet I got all the rewards for it. Go figure.
I know. That's what it did to me the other day, too. Oh, let's see what I got for my endeavors. Go ahead.
But yeah, I mean, if you're doing TeamSpeak and actually really coordinating and things like that, then yeah, it does. If you don't, not so much then.
So what makes a good leader? I mean, what makes a Captain Kirk or Captain Picard or Captain Janeway? Why are they deemed
writer?
Good? Well, again, in their case, it's good writer. But what in the good writing makes them a good leader? What skills do they possess?
Well, there's definitely in most cases there's a good charisma to them. I mean, that you cannot get past there. And I think any good leader does have that ability to inspire people.
Okay.
That being said, I said good leader. Janeway, not good leader. Cisco, keep him slap Q.
Well,
and Q never showed up after that.
Yeah. If you want to go with charisma, definitely it's a Kirk thing then. He was definitely
Picard had his own style of it.
Yeah, well, he wasn't charismatic. He was more paternal, perhaps. but I don't think of him as being charismatic, and I don't really understand why people followed Cisco. It defied definition. Because, I mean, definitely people
Cisco
did.
had his own. Cisco, I mean, that's the charisma, that ability to inspire people. Cisco had it.
Oh, absolutely. It's hard to define.
I mean, there's qualities that you can't really define with it, to be honest.
Oh, I understand that. But the writing was good, and whoever was writing that stuff had a really good grasp on what made those characters work.
Right.
And one of the drawbacks with Janeway is the writing just wasn't where it should have been.
Never was. There was years it never.
Oh, absolutely. It was abysmal writing. So shall we do another ground event? Shall we go do something in space? What would your preference be here while we talk about leadership? Be a leader.
There's a part of me that would want to do something in space. I think we should do something in space because we've done a couple ground things right now. If I do that, I'm going to change characters though because I got ship to work off.
Okay, what do you want to work on?
I'm going to take my kitty out because this ship needs more experience.
Are you doing your your Fed kitty or your KDF kitty?
My Fed kitty. My Fed kitty for now.
Alrighty, well I can go with this one. Let's see if she needs to work on a ship though. Oh yeah, definitely we can work on this one. This build is something I've got to work on.
Yep, I'm loading into space dock now, and I'll get over to Q. Throw up a hairball on him, then go to...
So this is just the carrier, which is okay, but it's not nearly as much fun as the some of the other ships.
There is a new lockbox ship coming out. I think might be going tomorrow.
Which one?
It is a discovery ship. It is actually a mirror universe discovery ship, an escort carrier. They announced that a couple days, yesterday or something like that.
I'm trying to find something new on this. Ooh, nothing here.
According to the devs, it's been a fun ship, but I'm going to put that with a grain of salt. The devs always say it's a fun ship.
What was the name of it again, as far as you remember?
Give me a minute, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Blah 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 blah. I'm scrolling down looking for it, so give me a moment. The Mirror Engle carrier. It is an escort carrier.
Spell that.
I will just give you a link to the article.
Oh, well, fine. Be that way. See if I care if you can make my life easy.
Make your life easier. Mm-hmm. There's the article on it.
Did you send that on Skype? There it is. Okay. Engle. Okay. Wow. Okay, so this is from Ambassador Kell from yesterday. The Infinity Lockbox, containing prizes from nearly all previously retired lockboxes, will be available again for an appearance beginning on PC on December 13th, 2018. That's tomorrow, and we'll talk about that really quickly. And on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 on January 7th. During this time, enemies defeated on both ground and space maps will have a small chance of dropping one of these prize-filled packages, while the Swarm Lockbox will be retired. Ooh! Swarm Lockbox is being retired.
They always get retired. Yep, they always get retired.
I like them. For the first time ever, this run of the Infinity Lockbox will introduce a chance of receiving a brand new starship never before seen in stow. Continue reading further on for the full details on this new offer. So they need to work on the grammar there. Along with the new starship and all of the prizes previously offered in previous Previously offered in previous appearances of Infinity Lockbox, lots of previouslys. Previously additional prizes previously original scene and the Deep Space Nine lockbox have been added to the drop tables. They now include all of the following: Jem'Hadar Light Battle Cruiser T6, Cross-Faction Consoles, Hostile Acquisition. Your turn.
DS9 themed ground traits: Maquis Guile, Serenity, Yielding Feint.
DS9 theme space traits: Enlightened, Pseudo-Submission, that's a cool one, and Maquis Tactics.
DS9 Universal Kit Modules, Miniature Spore Relay, which is actually ground teleporting really fun.
Yes.
Parabellum. Choose Your Pain.
Very cool one. Gamma Quadrant Research Assignments, yay.
DS9 Bridge Officers, the Hollow Officers, of course.
Ferenginar Plasma Weapons includes a chance of winning a Ferengi Vanity Shield.
And now we're at the all-new level scaling Mirror Escort Carrier. Yes, this is the difference on this carrier, folks. You can put on a level 1 character and you will have one ship for life.
No bad word. Wow, cool. Let's see. The Mirror Escort Carrier T6 is an all-new starship being added to the Infinity Lockbox this run. As a choice, players may select upon opening any Infinity Prize Ship T6 ship, Prize Pack T6 ship, I can talk. This new starship can be used as soon as you've completed the tutorial and will scale with you as you level up all the way to 65. So cool.
Which kind of, to me, in a player point, that's kind of really cool because you're on your ship. You're captain. You have, technically, as your mate captain, you're captaining one ship for.
Yeah, for life. I mean, it's really fun having 80 bajillion ships, but gee, this would be a lot of fun. We're very excited to be trying out something new and experimental, building on the success and reception we received when releasing the Walker-class prototype light exploration cruiser alongside our previous Age of Discovery update. We hope you share in our excitement as we continue exploring the concept of scaling starships and see how this may shape the way you fly ships in the future of Star Trek Online at all levels. Yeah, this sounds great. If commissioned Go ahead.
Yeah, since we're between, I like the concept of actually having a ship that will level with you all the way through.
Yeah, there have been some low-level ships I adored. My Danos Warbird is still my favorite one, but it's a T5U, and the weaknesses definitely show in comparison to the T6s, but I still love that ship.
There is a Tier 6 version, I'm sure, but...
There is, but it's a little different, and it's a different ship. If commissioned at low level, some of the ship's capabilities will be temporarily restricted, but will quickly and automatically unlock as you increase your captain's level. At each tier, the ship remains a strong competitor to other ships of the same tier, and outdoing them in many ways, and keeps getting better as you continue to play Star Trek Online. The table below shows you the progression of hull strength, weapon slots, and console slots as you will experience as you level up. This is just going to make writing the next book a total pain in the butt, so I'm going to really have to get better on my ships.
Yep.
But
if somebody gets one of these and wants to give it to us to test out, please.
Yeah. Yep. We're here. Okay, so I'm not going to go through all the numbers here, but looking at level 65, hull strength is 51,750. Weapons are 5 and 2. Yeah, I'd like to see a 5 and 3, but okay. So for this is probably fine. Experimental 1.
It is an escort.
I know.
And that is some serious forward firepower.
Oh yeah, the 4 is front. It's the back weaponry. But it's got the experimental, so I suppose we're okay. 5 TAC, 2 NGs,
it is an escort.
Psi.
It'll maneuver like an Akira, more or less, I think, and that means you can run cannons on that thing because it will.
I think the balance, though, of consoles is a little shy in engineering, but I love that it's put up for science. So sweet. This could be a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's really good.
But this only comes out of the lockbox, right?
Right.
Okay, so those nice people who called me up about the 2 jobs today, please call back tomorrow so Mom would have some money to pick up some keys for Christmas for herself. The heck with the rest of you.
Oh, come on. Your partner in crime here can use one of these things.
Yeah, this would be sweet. So sweet.
It really would. I mean, I'm just looking at this. And we go through the whole thing, ship details, blah, 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 blah. The traits that get unlocked but don't activate till you're around level 50 or so. Precise weapon plus accuracy, tactical maneuvers plus defense, quick deployment plus all damage, devastating weaponry plus critical, superior area denial ship trait.
This is really sweet. I'm just looking at these numbers, and I'm sure we'll talk about them if we ever get one of these, but nice, nice, nice.
And actually, technically, it has one. While it has 2 aft weapons, it also has the experimental weapons slot.
Yep. I like it.
So you get one more extra weapon anyway.
Yep. I could be talked into doing this one. Cascading subatomic disruptions. Activating this console intensely damages local subatomic fields for a short duration. The energy released from this process seeks out and significantly harms other nearby power sources, usually starships, dealing significant electrical damage as it cascades outwards. So we're looking at electrical damage again. Wasn't that with the... what was the last one they released that had electrical damage?
I remember the one. There's the ion. The ion got experimental weapon.
Mm-hmm. So we're seeing.
Then there was the Voyager thing, which was the. I can't remember the name of the console right now, but I think it was on one of the Intrepids.
Superior area denial starship trait. When this trait is slotted, activating beams, fire at will, or cannon scatter volley causes your weapons to debuff foes' armor resistance for a short duration, as well as activating fire at will 1 and cannon scatter volley 1 on your hangar pets. That's sweet. I want to see that in a fight. That's lovely.
Hangar pets. Mirror Universe shuttlecraft.
Yeah.
This starship comes equipped with a hangar bay of Mirror Universe shuttlecraft. Owning this ship will unlock the purchase of other Mirror Universe shuttlecraft, as in the elite ones you'll get from your fleet starbase. Powerful fighter pets that can be equipped on any starship with a hangar bay.
Trying to see if I can pull this up. I don't have this window, I'm sorry to say. Let's see what this is going to do. Skype. There we go. Now everybody should... No. Can they see this one? No, they can't see it. Gosh darn it. I'm going to have to go back in and tweak some of my field
settings later.
Yeah. I'm going to keep going. You keep chatting. I'll see if I can fix this and bring it in.
All right. Well, reading through this, so they go through the whole little point, the regular Mirror of Universe, the Advanced, the Elite. They apparently have beam overload. The Advanced have Beam Overload 2 and Tractor Beam. The Elite have Beam Overload 3 and Tractor Beam 3 to really screw up everybody. And then Klingon Defense Force Alternates. Since the Engle class Mirror Universe escort carrier is available for Feds only, those allied with the Klingon Defense Force will be given alternate access to console, starship traits, and experimental weapons. So you won't get the ship if you're KDF, but you can get the consoles and a lot of this other stuff.
Yeah, but it would be fun to have that for the
yeah, it would. I mean, it's a mirror ship. It'd be nice. I know KDF sometimes doesn't get a break.
No, they don't. That's just not fair. All right, so I've got it up here. See if this will show up over here on our YouTube channel. Give it a second here. That's not.
It's showing.
It's showing good. It's not showing on mine. Let's go ahead and hit a little F5 there and see if it pops up. Yes, there we go. Slow to change over. Yeah, that thing's actually quite pretty.
It really is. I mean, I will give it to Discovery. They did come up with some good Federation ship designs. Some of the Klingon stuff in the first season, meh.
No. Yeah, I'm curious where they're going to go with Discovery. But anyway.
Season 2, they showed a D7.
Oh, really?
A real D7. Yeah, in one of the preview trailers, they showed one.
Okay, so Mirror Universe shuttlecraft available in the EC store, Dilithium store. Elite Mirror Universe shuttlecraft available in the Fleet Starbase store. Maybe I'll have to go there.
Or you have to have the ship to get them.
Oh, piffle. Well, that's no fun.
I know, it's like the Jem'Hadar carrier pets.
Yeah, true. Cascading subatomic disruption universal console. Lockbox, Superior Area Denial is the lockbox, and Graviton Implosion Projector Experimental Weapon is the Lobby store. Sweet. Now, if we could just have something good for our GPL.
Well, you have to have GPL to get something good. Oh, yeah, the GPL. Yeah.
Everyone's got GPL.
I know. I don't even.
Well, this is really.
This character doesn't have a ton of GPL, and I don't do a ton of GPL on this character, and I have 5,000 on him without even trying.
Without really trying on this tune, I've got. Dun, 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 1 million.
Yeah, I got 1 million on a couple other characters.
Yeah. There's nothing to use it for. I mean, how many?
I don't. How many hollow hollow emitters do you need?
None. I need absolutely none. That's why I have none. All right.
How many floor trophies do you need?
None.
We have ships that don't even have a place to put them up.
Right,
so
exactly. Give me a bridge. Give me stuff like a bridge. I'd buy a bridge. Well, it's nice to know I've got 1 million dilithium on this tune, so I can go upgrade her at some point. Well, we're coming up on the end of our time here, but I don't think we should avoid running one more mission here, unless you want to wait and run this out a few more minutes and we can do a race. You want to do your kitty on a race? Or shall we go up and do a space mission?
Oh, we can run a race. I'm kind of curious how he would do on a race. He doesn't have the traits like the other one, but
okay, well,
he's a kitty.
We got 7 minutes for that. How are you doing on collecting all of your recipes and goodies like that?
I haven't even started, to be honest. I don't know what to do with that.
So
we'll walk through that. We'll walk through that another day.
He who once was known as Dante is asking, do you have a DOF that gives you GPL when you kill PPL?
Yeah. Yes, you get him on. He comes on the first Snog mission in the Iconian War, which is, if I remember right, it's Time in a Bottle.
Okay, I don't remember that one. I do have something that gives me GPL on one of my tunes for doing just about anything. It's just constantly dropping a GPL.
Yeah, I'll tell you what his name is.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure I have, despite the fact that I didn't get to I got to those missions before with my kitty. So
I'm amazed this tune is, or this.
He's a ground officer. He's Somog. He's a traitor. Grants gold press platinum on defeating nearby enemies.
Wow. Let's see if I've got him. Somog?
And the funny part, he counts for snowmen in the Winter Wonderland.
Well, that explains why I've got so much. And what race is he?
Ferengi.
Of course.
He's universal. He's universal. If you're KDF, you get a KDF version. If you're Fed, you'll get a Fed version.
Wow, I don't see him in mine. I have no Ferengis. Maybe I haven't.
He's a civilian.
Oh.
He's a civilian.
Yeah, but he should still show up on my roster.
Yeah, he shows up on my civilians.
Yeah, but he should show up under Frankie, and he's not on this one, so maybe I don't have him on this one.
I'll check your mission point. I'm 99% sure he's definitely. I got him out of the Iconian War, and I only did 2 missions there.
Oh, you know what? I haven't done all the Iconian. I'm just looking at this. I'm still here on the allies.
It's time in a bottle.
Yep. No, that's 5 more down from where I'm at with this tune. This tune finished up Delta Quadrant and then hasn't started Iconian War yet. But I do have at least one, either a tribble or something that gives me GPL every time I use him, her, it, them. Well, let's see. We are in Q's Winter Wonderland instance number. Are we still wherever the heck we were? We are here in Wonder number 17. If anybody wants to join us, we're going to go do the races in a few minutes here.
Yeah, we got 3 minutes till there's a race.
Well, I won over Ed the other day, tied with him on one, so that was kind of fun.
You'll probably beat me on this one
Oh, you
because,
got
like
a
I
kitty
said,
kitty.
I don't.
I was playing my kitty earlier and realized I could jump over all of the piles of snow and ice. That one's so nice. But I almost clipped the corner too short on one of them, so I'm trying to be a little more careful. Ooh, I don't have a run gun on her, I don't think. Uh-oh.
I don't have a run gun on him. I don't have.
Oh, I do have a run gun. Okay, I've got a piece of some crappy disruptor pistols, but that's all you need. So, I was having this conversation with somebody when I beat them in the race this morning. They're like, how did you get that much speed? And I went through and showed them all the stuff. And he was like, wow, that's really nice of you to tell me how to do this. And it occurred to me that's how it should be.
I'm trying to remember what traits I needed. It was the personal traits that had the run, or
Yes.
was it the...
The traits that you want are the ones where my brain works. Duh, brain not work. Here we go. I'll tell you in 1 second, Dante. Ground reputation, physical conditioning gives you +5 run speed.
It sounds like, yeah,
and
there's
close
no...
quarters combatant. Those are the two.
Okay, so that's a reputation one.
Yeah, ground reputation. Okay, I usually jump rather than sliding on the corners, Dante. Can you win without those traits? You might be able to if nobody else has them either. But
I don't even think I have those right now.
You should have them. They're not.
Well, I don't have all his reputations done.
Okay.
Close quarters combatant, got.
And physical conditioning should be one of the early ones that you get. It's like level 1. It's not a difficult one to get.
Like I said, I don't have all those. Physical conditioning, found it.
Yep. Yeah, I think they're both like level 1, so as soon as you start getting your reputations, you get those. I certainly have it on all of my low tunes from last year. So the only thing where I've got a reasonable cheat is, I don't think I've got on this one. Oh, I do. I'm using my Counter Command Exo Armor, which gives you a speed boost.
That one has to be triggered.
Yeah, it does. You have to do a dodge. Right. Well, the trigger is this. If you're watching the screen.
You have to go. You have to roll.
And then you get that. It doesn't last very long, but it's a +25 run speed for a few seconds.
But I have this.
Hang on. Let me move that out of the way.
I have these giant jumps.
Oh, yeah, I know. Kitties are great. You can jump over a lot of the edges. You just have to be careful not to jump too much over the edges. As I said, I clipped a few corners and wound up going out of bounds unintentionally. But what was interesting is you could jump the first couple of sections of ice going forward where everybody else is kind of running through that narrow passage and jumping over the small rock. You can go in any angle and jump twice and you're over there. But what I think is really fun is the fact that this one can back roll and pick up the boost. Stay away, all you heathens. This is our race. People coming into our space. How dare they? Who do they think they are?
They're butthurt.
It eliminates the sliding all the time or only when you're transformed into a snowman?
When you're transformed, I think.
Okay. I was able to do this once as a tortured soul. Ooh, this lady's got a green shadow too. She's winning. Bunny hops and green shadows. Wow, she's winning. She's good too. She did a great job, so I wanted to find out what she's doing that she got such great speed on that one. You guys all going up to eat pie?
Me? No, I'm going to. Oh, I guess somebody is.
That's me. I usually run up and eat pie between the two. Got to get that energy back. Good, I have 143 EPO tags. Okay, so I probably run the race a little more than I strictly need to.
A little.
Just a little bit. So, what's really sad is I want to go out and have more snow in my front yard. Fleet performance boosts. So I wonder what fleet performance boosts there are.
Don't know.
I don't know either. Tetrian dual pistols and exo armor like I've got. I want to take a look at it. Oh, she's got epic pistols. That's probably what's one of the big boosts is.
Yeah.
And I'm using green. Would I buy pistols just to get the run boost? This is a very good question. Probably not. I mean, I have 143 EPO marks. It's not like it's going to make a big difference.
Ten pie is not bad. I ate 11 pies, even better.
Okay, Dante, I've put them up here on the screen. I don't know if you can see it. She's using Tetrian dual pistols, Mark 14, but the big thing is the modifiers, the run. So if you go to the exchange and you go to personal equipment weapons and you just plug in the word run, it will show you all the equipment that's up there with the run modifier. Now in this case, she's got the run increase is only 15%. I'm also using run guns at the moment. I'm using some 4000 EC disruptor dual pistols, which also gives you the 15%. So the other thing she's doing is she's running with her counter command, and she's doing that on a Mark 13, and that gives you the plus 25 run speed, which I've also got. So you don't have to take this up to the epic level. You can buy cheap exo gear. Well, it's not cheap because it's rep gear, but get a cheap run gun and it'll give you a little bit more of a speed boost. But she really had something else going on too. So physical conditioning is plus 5. No, it's plus 3. Close quarters combatant is plus 5. Run guns are plus 15s. And exo is plus 25 for a few seconds. Okay, and her initial run speed is 24.29, so that's got to be a part of it too. My run speed is 22.99 here.
Yeah, I'm looking up. Yeah, cut some dual disruptors. Mark 12 for 5,000. I think I am.
Yeah, just grab them. You don't have to have great ones. People are getting a fortune for them right now, but they're all the same.
Yeah, I grabbed a 5,000 one, so I grabbed it for cheap. Even normally, that's a cheap up.
Yeah. Well, people don't realize that what they're actually selling sometimes. Because let's be honest, people can be stupid.
And already I feel faster. I don't have counter command done yet, do I? Yeah, I do actually. I just gotta get more marks for counter command.
Well, something to work on this weekend when we have our Marks weekend going on.
Yep, I'm still feeling enough under the weather. I don't know. There's a part of me that might just. And the race is about to start again. I guess better run up there.
Yes, run. So what's your run speed on your tune?
I have to go take a look.
Mm-hmm.
Blah blah blah. Stats doesn't.
Oh yeah, it does.
15.99.
Okay, so that's in the regular run. When you're engaged, it probably is going to be like mine at 22.99. That's the sprint mode. So it would be like a 50% boost for the sprint.
22.99. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if I'm not feeling any better, I'm going to end up calling off work. Unfortunately, I don't recommend that to people, but
So I've never mastered bunny hops.
it's hard to bunny hop with this character, but
Kitty hop. By the way, if you're using run guns, make sure they're in active and not in your backup position. I was doing that for a couple of days and they're in the wrong place. I'm like, why am I not doing any better? Got the run gun. So 149 at 6 per day. That should tide me over for a few days.
I might as well go make an Ippo for the kitty that I will sell off.
Yes, I'm going to go up and upgrade my EPOs too. If I haven't done these already. So all those EPOs are done.
But yeah, too much personal information, but I'm still feeling this run down tomorrow.
You need to take care of yourself. Can't it be being sick?
Yep.
So I haven't
But
checked.
since I work with people, I can't really go in and I can't really do that while I'm sick, so.
I had a parent call me up today saying, my daughter can't come in, she's sick. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you for keeping your child home and not infecting everybody with Christmas being 2 weeks away. I know it's really rough to keep your kids at home because it means you have to take a day off, but you have saved 20 other parents from having to do the same thing, and me. So it is the hard choice to make, but it's a great choice to make. And I really feel bad when people have to keep their kids home. But it is better for everybody not to infect everyone.
Yeah.
And I, for one, am willing to work with all of my parents if they keep their kids home when they're sick. My last boss would stay home when he was sick, and he finally got to the point where I would come in sick and he'd be like, please just go home. I don't want you here when you're sick. I can still do my job. Yes, but the rest of us can't. Okay, that's fine. That's a really good point. One of the good decisions he made in his business career.
Yep.
So do we have a patch tomorrow? I still haven't seen any notes. I haven't seen any information that there will be a
Well,
patch.
clearly there is something tomorrow. They're just not telling us much.
Well, did you see an announcement that they would be down? Because I don't see it until the mornings most of the time.
Thought I saw something, but let me open this up and take a look. I can open up another thing on here and take a look. Yeah, 7:30, 7 to 9:30.
Okay, so regular one. So we will probably have a chat tomorrow. At least I'll be on tomorrow in the morning. Well, Darkthorn
should be, unless
recovers.
I should be on. I may not be much. I may not be much of a living being at that point, but I'll be on.
Well,
be like raids.
Yes. Well, I'm sure we can find somebody who's willing to chat with me, if nothing else, tomorrow. Some poor soul who doesn't know better yet. Well, I've got to clean out this one. Look at all this stuff I've got here. Kelvin timelines. Yeah, we've been looking for the patch notes too, Dante. There's nothing that we found today about what's going on tomorrow. And it could just be basic maintenance-y patches. Look at all this junk I've got here. I gotta go put all this stuff on ships. I've even got some nice plasma beams I built for somebody, and they didn't want them, so I'm sitting on them. I suppose I could sell them. Don't know that it's worth anything.
Oh, by the way, thank you for the Omni. I haven't gotten the other beams yet for my KDF kitty, but
well, you are very welcome. Let's see if these are worth anything. No, these are totally not worth anything. Ferenginar plasma beams. I wonder if they're worth anything.
Possible.
I've never done Ferenginar stuff. Let's see. 250-degree targeting arc to target 188.8 plasma damage, 151 DPS, negative 10 weapon power to self while this weapon is firing, 2.5% chance, negative 20 all damage for 10 seconds. At 4 stacks, also disables for 5 seconds. Max disable once per 30 seconds, 20% critical severity, 4% critical, and a 1-second recharge. Something to consider at some point. Different weapons.
Yep.
But for the meantime, I've got way too much stuff on this toon who really doesn't need any of this. So maybe I'll have to spend some time building up a ship just to store this all. So many weapons that I never hear about.
Well, it'll be fun to get the store ship.
It will be really fun to get some of this stuff out of here.
I know.
I got way too much stuff. And I'm sure it's all lovely, but probably never going to use it. That's why I had everybody going, no, you don't need that. No, you don't need that. No, you don't need that. In my personal life, I'm getting much better because I'm realizing I don't have room for all this stuff that I'd love to keep. The joy of getting rid of the school is there simply isn't room to do anything anymore and keep all that stuff, so I'm having to throw it away or give it to Goodwill. But it's all going away, and I'm actually going to have some space for the first time in 20 years. And no, I am not a hoarder, so don't even think that way. I know what you're thinking out there. Let's see how many more we've got to do on these. This is one thing that's kind of a pain in the butt with all these events, are the epos, the birds, the monkeys.
Yep. Pets always take up tons of room.
They do. Well, that's why they're all going away tomorrow. First thing, I'm going to get some space back. Go sell my epos, go sell my rocks, go sell all that junk. Because there's nothing more exciting than having everybody listen to me go click, click, clickety, 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 click, 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 click.
Oh, I know the feeling.
Mm-hmm. I was watching Twitch. Some people were gaming, and all I could hear, because I listen, I don't always watch, was them screaming and yelling about a game, and I'm sure it was absolutely fantastic to them. But if you aren't watching it, it's not as exciting. And people aren't always watching this, so I'm sure they're all going, "Ah, this is so boring." Because all we're doing is clickety 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 click. Click click click. Clickety clickety click. All right.
Well, the thing, I guess, within the next week or so, we'll have a day where we will go through and figure out, because I need to learn this, how to get recipes.
Oh, that's easy.
I know that's easy, but it's clearly not something to run for tonight. But
no, we won't do it tonight, but let's do that tomorrow. We'll do some cooking lessons for you. Okay, if you subscribe tonight while I'm on, and do we have an email address yet, Mr. Darkthorn?
No, give me a moment. I'll take care of that.
Okay, let us know and we'll put it up here. We will bribe you. I have, as you can see here, I have got lots and lots of goodies in my account bank. But most importantly, I happen to have here ample goodies for you to get what you need for winter outfit or winter weapons. So if you subscribe tonight and drop me a PM or an email at whatever our new address is, and I will put it in the links at the end of this once we've got it, I will send you a bribe. So there, tell me what you want and I will send you enough stuff to get it. Yes, bribery, it's a thing. Deal with it. We're not above buying attention. But to that point, we now have 25 subscribers. 475 to go. Yay. All right, so I'm going to finish this up because there's nothing more exciting than watching me talk to the nice Epo lady.
Wouldn't you like an Epo friend?
She was so nice, and I know she was so embarrassed, but yeah, I don't want any more Epo friends. Thank you very much. They're taking up all the space in my bank, and they're cute. Though I still may make them for next year's thing, because that would be fun. And then we can hand those out and I'll be done with those too. Oh goodness, you sound terrible. Don't be sick.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself. Okay, I'm going to log off with this. Thanks for joining us and playing some winter events. We are going to do recipes tomorrow. And if you don't know what recipes are, or how to get them, we're going to get them by doing the winter invasion. So make sure you've got yourself a nice winter piece of equipment. No, you can do it with snowballs. It's just not as satisfying. We will get a recipe, and then we'll go ahead and put all the recipes together.
And I'm setting it up right now. It will be darkmom_consortium@yahoo.com. I just have to put in a password.
Okay. Don't tell everybody what that is.
No, I figure you write down the password, I'll type it in.
Oh, I think you know what the password is. So
I think I do. I think I have to find the damn sheet with it, which makes it more fun.
darkmom_consortium@yahoo.com.
.com.
Okay. All right. So everybody, pay attention to the end of this. You will see this. Super, especially, we're trying to get hold of you, Super. This is really done for you because I know you need to ask and talk to us about stuff. And since we're on different systems, we can't do that in-game. And we wanted to make it possible for you and all the others to do that with us. So darkmom_consortium@yahoo.com. I will put that in the end of game. End of the video. And don't forget, we've got a new tutorial up, which is Noobs in Space, for all of you who are just learning the game. And let's see.
We should have made a tolerate for that one.
Dante, we can talk on Discord. Just kind of mucks up the feed, so I will make sure I'm not doing something like I was the other night, where I was trying to upload
when you were
a video.
Uploading it, that mucked it up and wasn't.
And I was transferring stuff over to the new server from who's doing our server for us? It's not Dante. It's Pi. Pi set up a new server, and so I've been transferring these massive files over there. It's just sucking up all my space. But yeah, we'll talk on Discord tomorrow. And hang on a second. I'm going to take a really quick look. You know where the Discord server is, don't you, Dante? Yeah, you're right there. So yeah, we'll talk there tomorrow. And we should be on right after the patch in the morning. So 11:30-ish. So hopefully you can join us then. But for right now, thanks to everyone who was so gracious to join us and play with us tonight. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Dark, I hope you feel better tomorrow.
I hope so too, because this is miserable.
Yeah. Well, you feel better. I will put all the information in the end of the game, or sorry, end of the live stream. God, I can't do this so late at night. And we will talk to you all tomorrow. Have a great evening.